and we're talking about 6 million all over Somalia. That's a staggering number. It's a
That's about half of the population, really.
Yeah, it really is a stain on our humanity, and for us to, as human beings, to allow that to happen to human beings like us, you wonder what happened, where's the breakdown, and what is going on. Where I understand in southern Sudan and in Yemen there are wars going on. In Somalia there's conflict, but it's a much more stable country now. But
Somalia.
In Somalia.
But you did have pretty much the same thing about 6 years ago.
Yeah, every 6 years we wake up and we pretend we're shocked that this is happening. So in my organization, what we try to work on is mitigation, drought mitigation. We need to have in place, because these are the most affected are the rural population. Rural population who are already living on less than $1 a day.
Right.
And then when this happens, there's nothing in place to safeguard their lives. So what we have been working on, and what we suggest to the international community, is to have drought mitigation, to have systems in place so that when this happens, there's early warning for the drought, and there is systems put in place. For example, for the rural affected area, I'm from the Senag region, and I was there last year, and I was shocked that people walk for days for water. We need to have water beds, we need to have water wells, we need to have food distribution centers all over the rural areas. These things are not in place right now. That's why people walk for days, and in the process they die because they're already starving from hunger.
Do you agree with some who say that Somalia is not really a failed state, that rather it is a collapsed state, because a lot of other activities, frankly, they go on normally?
Yeah.
But the problem is the state.
Somalia is a very unique case, as we all know, and whether you call it whatever you will, life goes on, and there are systems that are in place that are working. I agree with your colleague that was reporting that this is definitely a man-made disaster, because it's not just the rains that have caused this. If you have, as I said, systems in place, then this wouldn't have happened. So you have the mismanagement, you have the corruption, and you have all those things that are really, I guess, unknown for Africa, that's happening also in Somalia. And you have, we have a brand new government, which we're very, very hopeful and very supportive of.
Under President Farmajo.
And our President Farmajo is a very, very unique individual, and he's very supportive of the poorest of the poor and the poverty-stricken. So hopefully, we hope that President Farmajo and PM Khaire will do a lot more with famine, and will take it really as one of the first priorities of their government. Meanwhile, in Africa, we need to stop bringing rural people to the cities. People are walking for days to get to a food distribution center. Meanwhile, there's nothing around them. So I think it should be a concerted effort by the international community, by the government, by the individuals, and the local people. I think another formula that's missing from how we do things is top-down. We keep doing things top-down. Organizations have, community organizations that within the villages or the small cities that are supposed to distribute the food or do the programming. We need to involve local individuals, the women, the youth. These strengthen the system and the society. There's a lot of breakdowns, but there's a lot of opportunities. Being in 2017, we're talking about this issue. Look at the technological levels that we've reached around the globe. How come we cannot use technology to map out the problem and put together a plan?
Early warning systems and all that kind of stuff?
Early warning systems, the government should get involved, the international community, the local community, not just local organizations, but women who may not belong to an organization can organize themselves and really give you solutions to their own problems. So we should really engage local people. I always say local solutions for local problems.